What is one secret you wish you could tell your spouse, but instead you'll take to your grave? Not that big of a deal, but we live in a small town, and if I see my in-laws' car parked somewhere, I avoid going there. That I didn't let her win at mini-golf on our first date. I'm legitimately just that bad at mini-golf. His mother once drunkenly told me she didn't think he was good enough for me. She and his whole family have chronically underappreciated him and treated him poorly. He's a quiet, but steadfast and loyal person that I'm eternally grateful for, and I wish he could set better boundaries with these people who seem to have never taken the time to see him. But I don't want to hurt him. I'm scared to die and leave my wife and son alone. We started late. I'm 48 with a 4.5-year-old adopted son. I've lived an unhealthy life, been very overweight. I've lost 145 pounds in the past 2 years to get healthy, and still have 100 to go. It's because I'm terrified of dying and leaving them alone. It's not necessarily a secret, but I can't say it to her and add to her anxiety. My fiancé is sober now, but a while back he went out with some friends and got sloppy, blackout drunk. Not common for him, but BOGO shots night. He was dropped off, and I had to basically carry him to the bathroom and help him pee. Then he got in the shower, and when I was washing him a turd fell right out of his butt. I just never told him, and said he got dropped off, and I put him to bed LMAO. We're pretty tight on funds at the moment. He always says no when I ask him if he'd like me to pick up a carton of his favorite drink on the way home from work. He claims it's not a necessity, and he's fine without it. So I grab a couple anyway, put them up the back of the fridge, and act all surprised when he finds them and says, "Oh look, I didn't see these earlier. See, I told you I didn't need you to get me any." I lied when I told her on our first date that I had watched Once Upon a Time. She was amazing, and I wanted to have some immediate connection to her, so I said I had seen it, but less than her. I then proceeded to binge an entire show in less than a month. Mind you, a show that would normally never cross my radar, so I could talk about it with her. We are getting married in a few months, and I'm debating confessing it in my speech during reception. Edit to add. My fiancé and I have extremely good senses of humor, and know what is a line cross and what isn't. Me lying about something minor extremely early in our relationship and finding out now wouldn't make her mad. Finding out I watched the show after her and still disliked season May 4th even make our love stronger. Whenever my spouse and I can't decide something trivial, like what restaurant to eat at, we'll consult a magic 8-ball. If it's a positive response, we go with option A. If it's a negative response, we go with option B. And if it's a neutral response, we roll again. Here's the thing she doesn't know. In a standard magic 8-ball, there are 10 positive responses, 5 negative, and 5 neutral. So whenever I really want my restaurant or whatever to win, I make sure it's the positive option so that the odds are in my favor. I bought a backpack from Walmart for a work trip and found panties in it. I wanted to tell her because it was a massive WTF, but stopped when I realized that almost no one would believe that I just happened to find panties in a backpack on a work trip. His mother's macaroni salad is disgusting, and I can only get a few mouthfuls down to be polite if I dump enough pepper on it to kill it. What happens if you untie the green ribbon around my neck? That time, a few years back, when cycling to work on an icy wooden boardwalk, and I had to brake suddenly, and the bike skidded out from under me, cost a couple $100 damage to the bike, and broke my elbow, requiring time off work and a screw in my humerus. Well, that was not an emergency braking due to a car crossing the path in front of me. It was a result of the thought, hey, this looks slippery, I wonder what will happen if I lock the rear brake. On our first date, the pie crust was store-bought, and the key lime filling was made with a mix. Nothing was from scratch. I literally had to learn how to make pies to cover this mistake. You're turning into your mother. He'd break. How much I miss him. How much the kids miss him. How hard it's been since he died. How much I love him. How much I wish I could see him again. I would ramble on for so long. I'd have so much to say. I will never get the chance, though. I will take it all to my grave. Edited to add. I want the chance to tell him again, with the added perspective of having experienced the loss of him. To tell him everything else that has happened. I told him when he was alive. Often. We told each other, and it's what has bolstered me through this awful, demoralizing time without him. Without us.